Good morning. Today I changed direction and I am walking to the lake. Actually, my dog walks me. I will share for today one experience. In beginning, I will speak about background, what was going on that time, how I came with that experience, then experience itself, and then what's happened after that experience. So, you know about importance of the first thought. At that time, there was moments when, after about 2 years of creation of doll, I started dreaming about the future. Dreaming through the visions, with picture, inner visions. Just I was shown how will be when I finish my dolls. I would like to show you where I come. I am here. That time I noticed the importance of the first thought. First thought is the thought that comes from the source, or my guides, or from the soul. Anyway, we are all connected. We are one. I would say from the consciousness. First thought is the truth. And it's very important to catch that first thought. Fix them on the page by doing mind mapping. I learned it from the books, Tony Buzan books, about mind mapping. With first thought comes and I put on the map. So I created that mind map of my future, and one of the branches was auction dolls. One doll will be for the auction, and then instead of writing my name for donation, I need to write the sentence, sharing feels good. And when I got that first thought of sharing feels good, I start contemplating and questioning it. How would it work? Because that sentence came from my guides, and this resonates with me because it's in line with my personality. I am the kind of person which likes share. I enjoy share things. That's why it resonates with me. So I start thinking about it, about the feeling that brings sharing. It's good feeling, I know that, because I did it many times. But in my contemplation came that question: how does it feel like the sharing on God's level? How does it feel like when God shares something? That's what I wanted to know. That how it feels like the pure, true sharing. Because I know some rich people, billionaires, they like share as well. And they share their goodness in bigger way. And they do it because of that feeling. How it feels like. And they wanted to know this as well, even in biggest way, how God shares on God's level, not billionaires level, on God's level. And that question stuck with me, and I hold it inside myself. And you know, when we keep something inside, it's supposed to come true. There is no way. And one day, I need to mention that how I came with the God in that experience. At that time, I was very near that experiences. I listen all information usually on YouTube, where people share they near that experience, and how they met the God, and how they spoke with that God, I was very eager, like seeking for that conversation with God, because at that time I was just after finished the reading the books Conversation with God, which I spoke with last video. I was eating all information about how God respond to that people in near-death experience, what they speak, what He shows. And I was listening video by video by video by video. I was fully in that. And why? It's not that I fully in because of ego. No, I felt good by listening it. And I was just connected back with the God through those books. I just was mad about that kind of information. So there came that day of experience. That was morning. I went to the shop. I drive by car to the shop, and they needed to buy food for all week. And I came to the cashier, and on the belt I put my products. It was full belt, and there was that woman in front of me, and she had a son, same age like my son at that time, 6-7 years old. But I noticed something was different. And I noticed that woman stands in front of me, and she looked to that belt, to that food, and I noticed her eyes go from one product to other, la la la. And in energy field, I felt something is not right. And inside me, the ego starts speak. She wanted to speak. I need to tell that in that moment I was not fully, I was half present, because my ego kicked in a little bit, and but part of me noticed that ego. So, and that ego, she's looking to fool, la la la, I buy a lot, ego. But part of me noticed that is something wrong. That woman looked that I saw the sadness in the eyes. I saw that in her energy field is something heavy. But I did nothing. Then a person in front of her finished shopping, and she bought only a few things, I think. One of them was big bottle of milk. My awareness started grow, be more focused. I focused on her. And she wanted to pay. He tapped the machine, and it was empty. The bank card was empty. And I looked to her cashier. She felt as well not very well about the situation. And that mom, she said, could you please take away that milk? And they pay for rest, The cashier took out the milk. And she opened the wallet and took out second bank card, some card. And she tapped that card, and was empty. I witnessed that. In my energy, by witnessing that moment, I saw that mom is very sad, felt shame, because she can't pay for those few things. And first card empty, second card empty. But now I want to speak about my position, because that was something enormous. In that moment, when she tried those cards, one empty, second empty, the time around me slowed down. I don't know how. Everything slowed down and was able to absorb emotions, energies, and what's going on in that situation very clearly. And they noticed what's going on in my inner field, inside me. It was fight between my little human, and between my soul. I noticed that fight inside me in slow motion. When part of me wanted to move and help for that mom. And part of me hesitated to do that. I tried to explain as accurate as possible. There was the power inside me that pushed me from that hesitation and that moment of wavering, not sureness. I didn't know, not move, and frustration. That power inside me moved me, just took over my body and moved me to that mom. Today I know that was power of God. But the time I didn't. I just noticed that what's going on inside me. I came to that mom. I said, don't worry, I will pay for you. I just get emotional because all the time I think about this story. I cry. I will turn the camera because that was so beautiful and powerful to experience. If every single person would have experienced this kind of sharing, the world will be different. There would be no suffering. So I came to that mom, and they said, I will pay for you, don't worry, I will pay. I felt that she feels shame. I said, don't worry, I will pay for you. And they said for that cashier, that woman, seller, give me back that milk. And then I looked to the screen. There was less than £5 to pay. It's not a lot of £5. And that woman couldn't pay for it. Young woman, young mom. And then I felt inside that fight again between ego and true me. I wanted to take some cash and give for her. And the fight was between how much I am rich enough to share. But I need to be kind for myself and for my family as well. So I had that fight. There was everything in seconds, I needed to decide very quickly. And they said for a seller, could you take cash £10? I decided to give her £10. And I paid those £5 for her products. And they took cash £10 and they gave her. She waited. And she looked to me, to my eyes, and that mom started crying. Myself, I tried to hold back my tears. Because that moment was just truly magic. And that mom took her products, that £10, and she hugged me. And she said, thank you, very thank you. I said, don't thank me. In the air, we hug each other. I said, you are not alone. I don't know why I speak those words. Maybe consciousness give me. I said, you are not alone. Thank for God, because God take care for you. You are not alone. And she moved away with her child. And that seller said, do you know that woman? I said, no. Because I saw her first time. And the seller said, you know, I never saw this kind of situation. It was so kind of you. And I saw that she was deeply touched. When God acts through us, His energy touches everyone involved. And I start by collect my stuff. And I try my best to hold back my tears. And there was woman behind me. And she was no aware, no clue what's going on in front of her. She just looked around, she was not happy that something too slow, something is going on, and she don't know, he got no idea. She even don't notice the magic that happens just second ago. I know, I always know when I speak the story, even by thinking, I cry all the time. It's touches. So I collect my items. I just felt that something profound took place. So I took all stuff. I went to the car and I drive to the next shop. When I sit in the car, I start to cry. I blame myself why I gave only 10 pounds. I was able to give me more, maybe 30 pounds. 30 pounds would be too much, too many for me. But 30 pounds I could give. I felt that I was greedy. I blame myself and I cried and they sit in the car and they thought, why I'm crying? I did nothing wrong actually. I helped the woman. Why are you crying? I couldn't understand the tears. Today I know that it's tears of blessing. God blessed me in that situation because I made the right decision. So I came back after shopping home and I described the situation to my family, to kids, to husband. And again, I describe and I cry. And my husband said, don't cry, you did nothing wrong. I said, yes, I know, but I don't know. I just want to cry. And then what happened after was magic. I was about those near-death experiences videos. I wanted to see one video which I didn't see, but I saw the title and I have no time to watch it. So after the shopping, I went to the bed to listen that near-death experience. And it was just after I come back home and explain my family what took place. So I listened that near-death experience. I will put link if I find as I come back home, link to that video. And that woman in her near-death experience saw the life review, and God showed her the situation of the action and decision she made. And that was mind-blowing. And she started to speak, in that video. I tried to repeat it. There was the shop. Listen, she speaks about the shop. And there was the woman who can't pay for the products. There was not a lot, only 5 or 10p. It was in America. And they paid for it. And guess my reaction when I listened that, I was, what? I just experienced the same situation half an hour back. And she said, in that review, God showed that woman, after a year or so, that woman which she helped, she paid 10p for her products. worked in a charity shop, and she do the same from other people's. For me, what it means, it means that it doesn't matter how much I gave. Even 10p would be enough. I gave 10 pounds. I don't need to. With that video, God showed me that I don't need to blame myself. It's not about how much I gave. It's about the decision I made. And that my action and decision will be ripples around the world. And it touches whole creation, how to say. That was so beautiful. And then I listened that video. I stopped that moment. I turned back a little bit and they let it listen to my husband. He listened and they saw from his face that I said for him, do you see the synchronicity? Do you see the magic in it? I just cried, I don't know why, and God with this video through the other woman's experience explained me what I did and what it took place. And I think he got as well it. He said, oh, yeah, that is big. I remember he said, yeah, yes, you know. And then I stopped blaming myself. It's not about the money. It's about the willingness to help, to share. But now I know how it feels like sharing on God's level. It was so powerful, so big. I will never forget this experience. It's magic around us. Everywhere we go, we walk. Every step on this planet Earth is magic. It's up to us to see it. And that's what I wanted to share. My magic. See? I asked for God to show me how it feels like. And He showed me in a big way. God never plays small. And God always answers to the questions without excuse, without exceptions. From that experience, what I learned, that I need to be very careful what I ask for, because I will get it in big way. When I ask something for Galactic family, it's quite different. But when I ask something for God, He gives a lot with the bonuses, more than I expect, beyond the expectations, I would say. We need to know how to ask to get the answer. God won't answer to the mind level questions. God only will answer us when we ask from the heart. How to ask from the heart? The question from the heart usually don't disappears. It's not a momentum question. Usually we have those questions in the heart weeks, months. So from this story, the most important is the recognition of first thought, knowingness that God always answers. He gives the answer to any question you ask, but it's your response to ask with the deep knowingness that without doubt that He will answer. You will get the answer. Other important thing that from this story is that it doesn't matter how much we share. What is matter is the action and decision. Action from the heart, decision from the heart. Willingness to share with others because we don't know what is behind the plan. Least significant action makes big role in the tapestry of creation. In my one video with conversation with God, God said, I am the least significant moment. And he said, I am simplicity around you. So I will leave you with this one. See you next time.